Hey guys, happy belated new year and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to my channel, here we talk about heavy metal music, hard rock music, guitar gear. So if you're into any of these things, make sure to stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. So I've been spending a little bit of time trying to update my studio and also taking a little break. Alright, so today we will be talking about this album, 6 Feet Under's brand new album, Nightmares of the Decomposed. Now this album got released I think sometime in October last year, and I knew I was waiting for this album, but then somehow it just went under the radar and I forgot all about it up until late last year. I discovered it again on Apple Music. So I didn't get the chance to pre-order my album, but I've been listening to it on Apple Music, and this album is, I tell you what, back to old school 6 Feet Under. So love it. So good. And I know a lot of people talk about Chris Bond's vocals aren't really that great anymore, but you know what? I love his vocals. I think they're great. And for the slow, grindy, sludgy style of death metal music that 6 Feet Under produces, I think his vocals suit perfectly. The other album I'm going to be talking about will be the complete opposite of 6 Feet Under. It's this album called Auri. So if you're familiar with the band Nightwish and their band leader Thomas, you'd be aware that he's got this little side project with his missus and another dude. And this is not a heavy metal album, but what they do is make songs which are very atmospheric and, you know, kind of like a chilled down version if you want a little break from listening to heavy metal. Now, I'll tell you what, I am listening to metal day in, day out, in the morning, at night time, but there are little time periods when I just want to listen to something different, and this is where bands like Auri come in, and even certain acoustic albums which Elvati have done. I think they're pretty awesome. So without further ado, let's talk about 6 Feet Under's new album. Now, the first opening track is called Amputator. This was the first single released, and when I heard it, I was like, this is great. Pretty good intensity in the verses, but the chorus is my favorite, with lots of double kicks. Love it. And there's a great guitar solo too. And one of the things I've noticed throughout this album is like the album has the songs have a lot of guitar solos. Love it. And I like how in Amputator's song, Chris sings Amputator in a screechy way right towards the end, and that's pretty cool. Zodiac. Now this song reminds me of something from Bringer of Death album, which is one of my favorite albums, and nice slow grinding riffage. I love the guitar solo too in this one as well. Very cool. The Rotting. Love the Screech Again by Barnes. This is a mid-tempo track that speeds up a bit in the bridge section and brings on the head-banging section in the end. I love it. Death Will Follow. Hands down, my favorite track of this album. Groovy, brain-crushing riffage. The drum tone works perfectly in this track, and the double kicks are used very, very cleverly in this track. It's not all over the place, but it's sprinkled in certain sections perfectly. Love it. Migraine. Now this one kind of reminds me of something off the Commandment album, which was my first 6 Feet Under album, and I love that album as well. So this song is a slow grinding track. Riff is cool. Overall, this track is actually not that great. It's just okay. It's neither too good, neither too bad. It's just kind of like an in-between. I hate to use the word filler, but I'm just going to use that word right now. It's a bit of a filler. And definitely my least favorite track of this album. The News. Love the screeching vocal delivery in certain sections of this track by Barnes. It's a very clever song with not much riffage, but a very cleverly structured song. I like it. Blood of the Zombie, great sounding opening guitar riff, head-banging verses, and a single long chorus. Self-imposed death sentence. Now this one is a thrasher, a headbanger. Barnes singing self-imposed death sentence only in the chorus actually works out really well, surprisingly. Now the next 4 tracks, Dead Girls Don't Scream, is just like a fun track, and Drink Blood, High. Now this is a super heavy track, and Labyrinth of Insanity is, once again, it has its great moments, so I'm not going to go too much into detail. And the last track is super heavy as well. So overall, it's a great album. Would I say it's a groundbreaking album? No, but it's a fun album, and it's an album which kind of like goes back to the older 6 Feet Under roots, and I love that bit because the last few albums they released, they were okay. There were a few songs here and there were alright, but I just didn't like the direction they went in. But this one, it's just amazing. Alright, let's shift gears and move to Auri. So I'm not gonna go in detail about this album, but all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys what's inside the booklet. Obviously I don't have my CD for the 6 Feet Under album, and that's because I was too late to do the pre-order, and now if I need to order it, I need to source it from either UK or somewhere else, and I just can't be bothered right now. So anyways, back to Auri. So I did actually buy the first album when it came out, I think about 3 or 2 years ago, and it was really, really cool. This is a digipack, very well presented. I almost purchased the vinyl version of this. I do have the vinyl for the first album. Alright. There's a picture of the band. Alright, let's see if we can actually get the booklet going. It has lyrics. And the pictures look pretty cool. I mean, the overall sound I can describe of this is it's kind of like a haunting sound. And mind you, the first album was a lot more haunting than the second one, but it's still great, I love it, and I highly recommend it. And I'm definitely sure that there's a lot of people out there, a lot of heavy metal fans out there who would be pretty keen on stuff like this. I mean, at the end of the day, if you listen to folk metal, bands like Ensiferum and Elvati, then you may want to check these guys out. I mean, surely there's no heavy metal drumming or heavy metal riffage going on, but at the end of the day, the music on its own is actually pretty cool, and it's done by people who actually do metal, so kudos to them. Alright. Beautiful artwork, some sort of painting. I hope the thing is in focus, which I will find out once I'm editing. Alright. Definitely they've spent a lot of time going into the graphics and artwork, and that's pretty cool. Alright. This is a thick booklet. Tell me what you guys think about Auri. If any of you guys actually listen to this band. I know this is going to be like an odd review where I'm reviewing a death metal album with Auri, but the only people who are probably more familiar with this band are metalheads, so I'm pretty sure there are metalheads out there who are familiar with this band and even with this album. This track is called Fireside Bard. Could easily be the soundtrack for the Witcher series. And in the end, it's just some graphics. Alright guys, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There are a lot of new videos coming up, and now that my break is over, it's back to the grind, back to making lots of videos. And thanks again for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Keep it metal.